We all have a sense of safety because we know that the worst criminals are locked away somewhere, which gives us a sense of comfort. If you're going to commit a crime, then there's an excellent chance that you will have to pay the price for it. While the aim of every justice system is the reformation of a criminal's character, having to keep some of the world's most dangerous criminals together in prison seems to make prison's violent atmosphere an inevitability. Hey guys and girls, welcome back to Discover X. I hope you all had a great week as I did. Today we are going to show you the 10 most violent prisons in the world. We all could agree that none of us would want to go to any prison even if it isn't there on the list. But before we move on, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button now and turn on post notifications to not miss a video. Being imprisoned has been considered as the punishment for crimes for many centuries. Prisons around the world vary in size and amenities offered to the inmates. It depends on the types of prisoners being held there. Some prisons are known to have private bathrooms, comfortable beds, and recreational activities like tennis, gym, and other sports. But on the other side, there are many prisons that are overcrowded, contain excessively violent atmospheres, and lack proper medical care for inmates. From physical abuse and disease to severe overcrowding and gang violence, the terrifying pits of chaos and despair are the worst prisons in the world. At number 10, we have Black Beach Prison, Malabo, Equatorial Guinea. This is located on the island of Bioko, in the capital city of Malabo in Equatorial Guinea. This prison was built at the time of Spanish colonial rule in the 1940s. Common criminals were imprisoned here at first, but after the country's independence in 1968 and the establishment of the dictatorship of Francisco Macias Nguema, many political opponents were imprisoned and killed in prison. Beach Prison also held many foreign prisoners. The inmates here suffer from malnutrition, overcrowding, torture, chronic disease, guard brutality, and even the occasional rat infestation. It is also known for systematically neglecting and brutalizing inmates. Number 9 is the Kamati Maximum Security Prison, Kenya. It is located in Nairobi, Kenya. This prison suffers regular outbreaks of cholera. However, cholera doesn't sound so bad when you think about the other problems the prisoners face there. Malnutrition, rape, inadequate medical care, and systematic abuse are all such everyday occurrences at the 1,200-acre facility. Many executions have also taken place there. The G Block is known for its brutal lifestyle. The prison was built for 1,400 prisoners. However, it houses over 3,600 prisoners currently. At number 8, we have Nairobi Prison, Kenya. This prison is most likely the most congested in Kenya, with 4,000 prisoners inhabiting a prison designed for only 800. As per BBC reports, 12 inmates are forced to share filthy concrete cages intended for a maximum of 3 people, and 250 short-term prisoners are confined to a room designed for 50. They lack everything, from necessary medical treatments to clothing. Most of the inmates are naked. Number 7 is Penal de Ciudad Barrios, El Salvador. This prison exclusively houses members of the Mara Salvatrucha gang, MS-13. The prison housed nearly 2,500 prisoners, despite having a capacity of only 800. This prison has been militarized, and even soldiers serve as guards. If you thought that the guards would have control over this prison, you were wrong. The prisoner-to-guard ratio is 50-1, which leaves the prisoners free to create their own hierarchies. It is one of the most violent prisons in the country. At number 6, we have San Quentin State Prison, USA. This is the oldest prison in California. It is known notoriously for its violence. It has housed many notorious criminals, including Charles Manson, Scott Peterson, and Sirhan Sirhan, who assassinated Robert F. Kennedy. It is the only death row facility for male inmates. It is also home to the only gas chamber in California. In the 1930s, San Quentin had a reputation for corruption and interracial riots that were encouraged by the guards. It has at least moved on from that. Number 5 is La Santé Prison, Paris, France. This is France's most infamous facility. It sits in the midst of beautiful French architecture, which gives the place an almost fantasy-like appearance. However, the facility's interior is far from Fantasyland. Stronger inmates tend to overpower and enslave the weaker ones, who often commit suicide. Inmates either tear each other to pieces or opting out instead of living in this garish hell. In 2002 alone, 122 inmates took their own lives. In 2003, there were another 73 suicides. Many took their lives by swallowing drain cleaner, which was probably better than going through the prison's insufferable conditions. At number 4, we have Bang Kwang Central Prison, Thailand. It's jokingly referred to as Bangkok Hilton. It was built in the 1930s and houses both foreign and local prisoners, many of whom have 25 or more years of incarceration time. It was designed to hold no more than 3,500 inmates, but it holds about 8,000, 10% of whom are on death row. Those who live on death row have shackles welded to their feet, while the newly registered inmates must wear them only for their first 6 months. Infested with rats, meals full of maggots, abusive guards, and a reputation for unfair sentencing, Bang Kwang's notorious facility is one of the most violent prisons in the world because it's a living, breathing hell on earth. Number 3 is Camp 22, North Korea. If you have heard how the citizens of North Korea are being treated, then I guess you wouldn't want to know how the prisoners are being treated there. Its official name is Haryong Concentration Camp. It has been in operation since 1965, but it was kept a secret for decades. It is said that there are over 50,000 inmates there, including women and children, and many of them are innocent. A person's entire family can be arrested for their crime. Camp 22 utilizes a number of human rights violations as common practices, and prisoners malnourished, tortured, and subjected to working in fields and mines for 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. More than 30% of the population has deformities, and many children die before they reach 10. At number 2, we have Rikers Island, New York, USA. This is one of the most violent prisons in the world, with population numbers reaching in the 10,000s, and many subsequent inmates expose its immense corruption. Rikers is home to an extreme amount of cruelty. This includes staff beatings, inmate rape, and maddeningly long stints in solitary confinement. It's made up of 10 separate jails that house men, women, and youth. It also has a reputation for gross mistreatment of its inmates, especially those who are mentally ill. Rikers also has one of America's highest rates of solitary confinement. Cells that are used so often that the Department of Corrections has recently built 1,000 more special isolation units for adolescents and those with mental illnesses. It has 7 lawsuits for guard-sanctioned violence. It was also found that the inmates responsible were part of The Program, a secret society run by the prison's guards to have certain inmates exert violence toward other prisoners as a way to maintain order. It was found that around 129 inmates had come to serious harm at the hands of guards, a figure made all the worse by the fact that of those 129, 77% had been diagnosed with a mental illness. Number 1 brings us to the Administrative Maximum Facility, ADX, USA. Also known as ADX Florence, Florence AdMax, Supermax, or the Alcatraz of the Rockies, this is the most maximum security prison in the United States. It was built in 1994. It holds some of the world's most dangerous criminals, like Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, Ramzi Youssef, who was responsible for the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, and Zacchaeus Masuri, who was involved in the 9/11 attacks. Here, prisoners are met with 23 hours of solitary confinement a day and spend at least 3 years barred from any prisoner contact. Conditions are often said to be fair, but obviously harsh. The prison is designed to ensure that prisoners have no idea where in prison they are at any one time, with a 4-inch by 4-inch slit being the only source of natural light they have. Their 7 by 12-foot concrete cells contain unmovable concrete furniture, such as a stool, desk, and bed that is topped with a thin mattress. The meals are served through small slots in the metal doors. When prisoners are allowed out of their cells during the 1-hour recreation period, they wear several restraints. They're escorted by multiple guards to a small outdoor cage. Former warden Robert Hood described it as a clean version of hell. That's it, folks. Congratulations on reaching the end of the video. You stayed till the end, so why not subscribe so you can search more content from us? Please do show us your love in the form of likes and comments. Press the bell icon to get notified every time we post a video. Comment down below if you think we missed anything. Also, tell us which of these prisons scared you the most. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.